One last thing that I'd like to touch upon is the one most important prerequisite. What is it that you need to have with you to be a filmmaker? The first most important, according to me, and I think it would be agreed upon by a lot of people who are in the business all over the world, is imagination, because everything is coming out of your head. So it is, and how, if you don't have an imagination, that is not bad news. You can cultivate it, you can make it grow inside you. Now, I say that I'm a filmmaker primarily because of the amount of books I read. When you read, it is triggering of your imagination. There's nothing else. There are three ways when you make a film, as a filmmaker, writer, director, actor, whatever. Where is that thing coming from? The decision for a particular content, the decision to say that this was an okay take, for a cameraman to simulate something on his frame, for a sound designer to say that this is the sound I want, the actor to say that this is the way I am acting this scene out, this particular moment, this character is feeling this emotion, this is what he would feel like. There's a character, his single parent mother is lying dead out there, he's 11 years old or he's 18 years old. Or there is a 21-year-old who's gotten married 6 months ago and his wife is lying dead in front of him. So that person has to give an emotion. Where is he going to decide this from? What is the cameraman going to decide the frame should look like? What is the art department person going to make that room like? How is that decision going to be arrived at, is what my question is. It will come from three things: something that you have read, something that you have seen, or something that you have heard. Everything in life is very simple. Very simple. There is no other way that your brain could have ingested some information and processed it and come to a conclusion. Except anyone can come up with something else, because this is my funda. I would love to be corrected. No, I think, sir, you're wrong. It's great. I demand to be told that all the time, so that I can learn two more things. Today, you all are listening to me. You're going to form an opinion in your head. Say, this was, okay, fine, I'm going to keep this in mind. Or you're going to reject it. You read something, you're going to approve of it on a filmmaking, cinema, book. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Oh, this is horrible. And the third is when you've seen something happen. You're sitting on the bus stop waiting for your bus to come, and you see a particular scene happening. You see a particular fight happening between the bus conductor and the guy for not having change. So when you have to shoot a particular similar scene, you know what it is like. A railway station, a scene where a director has come to take a class. So it's something that you've seen. So either this, or this. Reading. So seeing you're doing all the time, listening you're doing all the time. Listen to music. I've made my entire Tere Liye by listening to Pritam's music. There was no script. I just heard 40 of his songs and it triggered off my imagination. So what if there was a bunch of kids who had a band and who wanted to make this kind of music and they were living in a film studio? How did these thoughts come is because I feel for myself in my life that the whole thing happened because I used to read books. Pulp fiction, horrible, meaning like rubbish books, no problem. Mills and Boons, Hardy Boys, Five Findouters, Famous Five, Harold Robbins, Sidney Sheldon, Jeffrey Archer, Henry Denker, jo tum bolo, Alan Stratton, any intellectual stuff, please go ahead and read, no problem. You know, there's a good chance that you will become a jhola bearing person, but that's fine, that's okay. Intellectual stuff is also good, not bad. But read the stuff that when you are reading that page and it's talking about that actor, character, place, you are compulsorily being made to visualize that. Compulsorily. And how good that author is will keep on giving you triggering of the more appropriate images. Do an exercise if you ever want. Read 3 pages, or let someone write a story of 3 pages, You know, the best writer out here, someone who, or a senior professor or someone, you know, I'll mail a story to him of 3 pages and then ask people to make sketches of it. Convert that into a comic book. You will see how many different of them come out. But the better the novel, the better the written word, the closer together the images will be of those 100 people. Therefore, then it comes to the conclusion that the written word is the thing that triggers of the images. So, therefore, you have to decide what is the written word going to be. In this, we are right now, in films, we are reversing the process. So, we are here, we are going to go to the writing and then we are going to come to the visual. So, we are saying that now we will write the written word according to the visual that we want in our head. Soon what happens is that this word to be written is neglected and it's just a visual. The minute a viewer says, what a fantastic shot, all the people in the film have failed, according to me. That's what I believe. Because the principal aim of that film is for the events taking place on screen, inside that screen, to those people, in their lives, to be captivating your attention. All camera people watch a film for the first time, watch the film. Second time, watch the shots. See the camera movement. I try to do a film where I will try my best to not let you see the camera movement. Because the camera moves, why? It moves for a particular reason. Otherwise, it shouldn't be moving. It should be a static shot. But you're doing that to create energy, you're creating something out of it. That is why the reason the camera is moving. What is the color of the room? What is the movement? What is... Fantastic exercise happened in my first film when we were trying to analyze it, and my writer and I analyzed that there was a little pacing. First film, always there will be a pacing problem, keep that in mind, especially directors. Any person's first film you see, there will be a pacing problem unless it is a Raju Hirani, Aditya Chopra or a Karan Johar. Most people make that mistake of, because they're so full of that drama and this is the most important thing, so therefore I'm going to do this, and it turns out to be little slowish. But my analysis was there were more night scenes. The fascinating thing on a self-realization was there were more night scenes. So there's a natural tendency for everyone to be a little more relaxed in the night. Because you finish your day's work, now you're sitting down. So there are 2 friends sitting down. So there's going to be a little, unless it's a thief who's robbing in the night. Everyone else is pretty relaxed in the night. Your energy is down. So therefore, then if you want to create a little more energy in there, keep those morning scenes, keep them day scenes. So there's different ways to have the written word trigger off a visual in your head, and the only way to come about to it is to have an imagination. And if you are a reader, then you will have an imagination. Otherwise, there is no source as such. We're going to defining the word imagination. What is imagination? It is being able to concoct, to be able to create a situation, a painting, a something. You know, the students who went to school and were always late or bunked school and they were caught the next day, they had to come up. Those guys who've been making excuses make really good writers. Because you were caught and you say, holy, what do I do? No, sir, you know what happened? My neighbor, he was coming out of the house and he fell down and he's 63 years old and I had to take him to the doctor. And I went down, but there was no rickshaw available, so I had to run to the corner, take a taxi and come back. Bana raha hai wo story as it is, he's going along. And if he's doing the day in and day out, catch that guy who was a bad student in school who was making excuses, make him a writer. If you attended class every day, whatever, you were just listening to what the teacher was saying. Where did you, what is it that made you get an imagination? But where did this student who said that that person fell down and I had to help him, where did he get that idea from? He was not born with it. It came about naturally. Either he was already making excuses from the time he was 3-4. At 3-4, all of us are making excuses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And slowly, that part of us dies down as we grow up. Because we are told all the time to say the truth.